Okay, so we're running. I do wonder what the quality is actually going to be because I think my settings is pretty bad actually standard 440p to, but of course I'm not sure if those actually actually affects in regards to the live. I actually don't think it does. In any case, so can I actually turn the camera? So I have a lot of papers here, and it's all about, this is actually not all the papers I have, but this is all about one song, one single song, and it's like papers and papers, pages from German songbooks in regards to the song. Now it's pretty small over here, and I need to reread much of it, but this is actually also about the song. All of these articles that is printed out is in Danish, most of it. Pope's lies and Turkish murder. There's one more in regards. This is in regards to the Quran, so that might actually be a little off topic here. Beholder's Lord. Where the word comes from. I need the material in German, but I haven't been able to find the material in German. I'm writing different people on the internet to find more information. Like in the Danish, I have this Danish version here, where I actually fixed the second line too, because it has been corrupted. I found out when it actually has corrupted it, or as they say, it's like they polished it is one word you could use in English. I would say corrupted. And we also have a Grundtvig in 1837 making a version, and I think it seems a lot of his version actually seems to, I have it somewhere, second line when I made this one. I took the standard song from the Danish songbooks in our days, where this information is in, and I took out the second line, which was corrupted, and actually put in the version from Grundtvig, and that actually seems to be pretty good. I might need to make some other changes in it, but I don't think many people in Denmark know what dot is, but and I can't even. I think it's something like a king or something like that, or something. Let's see here. That's one. I think that was one word. Another word that also, but I guess you need to sometimes use older words to maybe get the song to ring true or to best. And I think it actually might actually go over to Latin, and we don't like Latin. So, but in any case, I'll when I get the German versions, I'll have a look more on the real version from Martin Luther if I can get it. Now I have a translation of the prayer from 1542 because it was hard to find on the internet. I knew they had it, but the problem is it has over in I'm close to Copenhagen, and it needed to be gotten from Aarhus in regards to the university library or something like that. In any case. So, but it should be come by at some point. So I could also buy it because I can actually really shouldn't actually pressure the account anymore when it's actually underwater. But it is actually found for this program, this application. I think it was the book 43. I'm actually not sure. Maybe it was 41. I think it was 43. I have it on the computer somewhere. If I haven't closed it, of course, it should be here somewhere. 41, yeah. So 41 was in regards of against the Roman papacy and an institution of the devil from 1545 by Martin Luther. But the book is 43, and you can actually buy the you need to buy multiple books to actually get that thing, and I think it was $55, and but anyway, I guess it's not that much, but well, I can't. it's a little in regards of now, but any case, so at German, but you have a translation here, in regards of the child song, and it's just not that long. So you have over in the German version here, Ich halt uns Herr bei deinem Wort, and then we have the corruption, and it's actually funny on this paper from I think it was an older Lutheran book actually, and the actually also in the English have word and work. And as I understand it, that work sentence actually seems to, I've heard it is from the original or maybe the prayer. In any case, that's something I want to check out, because a lot of the places is actually taken out in regards of work. So, Lord, keep us in thy word and work, restrain from the original text. But I do understand that when you are making a song and all that, and English and German is a little apart from each other, Danish and German is a lot closer, so it doesn't seem to have the same leap to translate it and still keep it as close to the original. And that's of course always the problem with translations. You will all that. So yeah, but that's just how it is. I still have to look into more of the English versions. So mostly I've tried to look into the Germans, but I still need the source material in regards of Martin Luther 1542 and the prayer book. Now again, the document, the song actually is, or the prayer actually is. So I will be more familiar when I get the German version, which I probably can't read, but at least I can find out where the prayer is. And, I'm getting more familiar with the German version of the song. So, I'm still practicing. That's still a long way. But, halt uns Herr bei Papst und Türken Mord, da Jesum Christum deines Sohn, wollen stürzen von deinem Thron. And sometimes they say seinem Thron. I'm not sure why they sometimes say seinem or deinem. I don't. Maybe there's something in regards to the German variation from the time. I have to try to find a German for that. In the German version, where they have wollen stürzen von deinem Thron. Sometimes it's stürzen wollen von deinem Thron and not wollen stürzen von deinem. So they change. Also down here, stay und bei der letzten Not or something like that. Sometimes they also change that instead of that works out. So it would be nice to actually talk with a German. Here we have the uncorrupted version. Halt uns Herr bei deinem Wort und der des Papst and Türken Mord. And also this, also sometimes it's translated, das and das. Again, that might be a very again, as minor variations. Again, I guess that must, in regards to the German and all of that. But overall, it's the second line that is the problem, where they corrupted. And I found it in German versions, English versions, Danish versions. There's corruption. I don't know when they actually started corrupted in German, but I got all these throughout, except two of them, because there was some more information on them. And these are the two over here. These actually have the corruption, but they also have some information on it. There's like a star up here, and you can go down and see that they're actually quoting in regards of the real version. This Papst und Türken more, and it's like old letters. These what is called, something with a Gene Gothic letters or something like that. It's not easy to read. I still have a lot of problems with reading that, and it's a bad quality when printed out as well. And actually, it's bad quality also on the computer. I'm not sure how much, if it actually, sometimes it cuts it off, but at least it has number 1 in regards of the Pabst. I don't know where number 2 should be, but maybe it is or maybe not. Maybe it has cut the information off, and one would need the original to check, original book to check more of the information. Aside for the old letters and all that, we talk something in regards of 1542 under dem Titel ein Kinderlied. There's something with a child song, I guess. I can't read that. It's very in regards. Then Papst und Türken, something like that. Yeah, it's pretty much letters, but over in the English they don't use the old letters. I do have the version like where it's in nowadays letters, and it makes it a lot easier to read, for sure. I guess some training in those. But here we have another where there's also an English translation. But here it says, and control the murderous rage of the Asian of the versions in the English versions actually that I've seen. But maybe it's because it's harder to translate it or something like that. But of course the German is the original version. Here we have, in regards of a singing thing, this Papst und Türken more, where they have more singers at the same time and singing above each other and all that. Atas website or something like that, where actually Bach made some music apparently. Maybe he made a lot of music, I don't know, but it's in it. Oh, let's see if maybe it's. It seems actually pretty good in regards of the camera. Just let's try again. Yeah. Okay, so it has the first verse. I've seen corruption, but I found versions with the corruption as well. I don't think I found any in regards of Bach where they remove it, but so that's nice at least. Und der des Papst und Türken more. Why would they ever change that? That's very, very sad. Anyway, so I'm gotten a little closer in Rhine and 1877 and 1906, and there's more information on the website on these 1862, and a lot of these papers that I found from books, sound books, or psalm books, whatever, was from around 19th century. Already we see the corruption in a lot of the books. I think about half of them or something like that had the corruption, maybe a little less than half, but the corruption was absolutely there in the before the 19th century. So, but of course in the Danish the corruption is already there in the 1843. So it might be around there as the Danish version as well, where people begin to corrupt, closet papist, I guess, corrupting this wonderful melody that actually seems to have been more important for the Lutheran Church than first. I read something about that it was actually fixed with the pretty important song, and then they just corrupt the message of the Pope or the Antichrist and the Turks, the Mohammedans. It's just and when you talk, just corruption. It's very sad, very, very sad. So I guess a lot of these papers is pretty much the same. You see, if but anyway, I guess most of it seems the German song pretty much is the same besides the second line. I do also have one of the German versions where you see both versions. Where is it? like this one, have the corruption, but have one more, like from Wikipedia. I can't remember how old it is, but it with these old. Where is it? There's so many papers. I totally drowned in paper. Oh, there we go. This is from Wikipedia. If you go and look and search for this song in German, halt uns Herr, we actually have halt uns her die Diamond Wort uns der die, and here we have der fjende Christi mor, and this seems to also to be a little variation, but of the corruption. But this is the original down underneath, and you can see the, what's it called? I can't remember, the parentheses, the whatever, the square. So I can't remember. It's actually that's no. Unstier alla fjende mor. That seems to be. But here it also has that fjende Christi mor. I don't know. But in any case, it's both a corruption of the original. Unstier des Papst und Türken mor. That's the original. So here we have, much the same. There's some slightly variations of it, but nothing that seems to actually go, is it actually dynam or sinum and all that. Here you can see it's, here we have an I and an I. I needed to find out in regards of up here if that was an I. If you look down here and then so you see this letter is actually an S. So if you go up here, it's, it was either a D or an S, but apparently it's an S. So it's Seinentron and not Deinentron. So again, I don't know if it's the same thing in German, Seinem and Deinem. Maybe it's just a variation, maybe it means the same thing. I don't know. But, in regards of the ages, maybe the words have changed meaning or yeah. Now, does it change the text in regards of what it means? No, not. I think it's pretty much the same as I understand it. But again, I don't know German, but I think it would pretty much be the same. The problem is line 2 when they just corrupt it, Now, some of these things where there's a lot of notes and all that is where they sing like more people are singing over the top of. Let's see here. I think I posted it up here, yeah. Ihr halt uns her bei deinem Wort, EG 193. I think that's the original German version in our days. And then I have found books WV in regards of singing. And then I have the Bach edition, 126 as well. Also Bach number 6 have verse 2, I think it is, where they sing it at the last part. But overall, this one sings the Bach 126 sings the first verse where Das Papst und Türken Mord or Mord is in it, and the books WV actually have all the 3 verses in the beginning. We can just maybe have a little look. It has all the 3, and I found 2 versions of that. Play, if it actually wants to come. Let's have someone doing something to drink. That's a little slow because it's recording. Of course, there we go. See if we can start it out. There we go. Hopefully. Question if how long it actually takes to start the melody. But this is one of the works. Apparently this guy was a Danish and a German. And then the line comes that is usually corrupted. There it was. So that is the line that is usually corrupted, and I found some of the versions of this play where they have the corrupted, in it. But I have 2 of the versions that's not, not corrupted. Then we have the other one, BWV 126. That's a lot of different plays on the YouTube. A lot more actually. And I haven't really found any one that have corrupted it that I remember. But this is another play from Bach apparently, and in the beginning he starts to use the first part of it. He only uses the first part. He doesn't use more. If you want to have the middle part of these three verses, you need to get to Bach 6. It's in the end of that play. So this only has the first verse of the first 4 lines. But I haven't found the corruption in any of these as far as I remember. So that's nice. Oh, it's a little harder. It's a little heavy. So you could also hear this sentence that they usually take out, it was there. Now, if you don't know German, it's really hard to actually hear it in this music, but I'm getting a lot better to actually recognizing it. So, listening to this, song over and over and over to familiarize me with the German. So hopefully I can at some point sing it myself. In right German, and hopefully, I'll hopefully get to that point. So that's pretty much it, I guess. I guess there's more reading to do, and let's see here if we can get it. There's more reading to do and more checking of the documents and all that. And cleaning out the documents as well, because I have so many documents, and so it would be nice to actually go through these if I actually need anything more from them, so I can throw what I have out, so I can get down to one. So that's pretty good. So if I can get down to the essentials of the German version, get down to an essential version of the Danish, and then find also some English versions. Again, I have at least, I think, 3 different versions in English, but that's, it's just a work in progress. But if I could actually get all 3 versions and get down to a copy of each, one could sing the Danish or the German and the English together, all the 3 together, or something like that, or whatever, something like that, and try to get it as close to the original, and try to fine tune it, if there's any more problems here and there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I should probably go through these and look them over, see what I could take. Again, the problem is also this old old writing of it, and of course there's something in regards of some of the names where it's like big letters, and when it's big letters, usually it's these weird letters. Just some reading, some more research to do, and some waiting to get some responses from the people I've already written to. I have one German contact at least. Hopefully he will help me just a little. If I get a German version, he can, he knows German, so he can that in German, like, halt uns Herr deinem Wort und der des Papst und Türken Mord. da Jesum Christum, deine Sohn, wollen stürzen von deinem Thron. Beweis dein Macht, Herr Jesu Christ, der du Herr on that. It's beskærm. I think that's beskærm dein arme Christenheit, dass sie dich lob in Ewigkeit. Gott helgier Geist, du tröster Wert, gib deinem Volk ein der Litzen Not, geleit uns ins Leben aus dem Tod. Something like that. That's the first 3 lines in German. And again, the pronunciation is, they have a way of, some twist that I need to, get. It's the same letters pretty much, so that's nice at least. Now you don't need to, you don't need to relearn some letters like in Hebrew. Same letters, so that makes it at least easier. So. And the English, I should be able to read the English. I'm better to English than I am. German is. I don't really know anything about German. I'm just, because I'm interested. Like mod, like it's a T instead of a D, like a mod or something like that. Anyway, but again, finding these songs. And you can listen to them and all that. I could probably on each other and all that. It has more than Martin Luther's child song. But I'm really pretty much just interested in that part. So running it over and over and over and re-listening to it again and again and again. It's total, right? 4 lines per verse, I think it's called in English, like verse. So you have 4 lines, 4 lines, and 4 lines. That's 12. Oh, yeah, it's 12 lines in total. It shouldn't be that hard. It should be able to actually get that, right? For the 1900. Again, I don't know when. It probably have come around when the Danish corruption as well came. I don't know in regards to the English. It doesn't really matter in some sense. As long as we just correct it, who cares about, we can just correct it and then don't really care about, who corrupt. We need to know all of the other corruptions out there in the world, because the world is flooded with corruptions.